What is going on, everybody? It's Go-Karts, Mini Bikes, and more. And as you can see, it is a rainy fall day, and it's just humid. Everything in the garage is all wet and everything. But that's not what this video is about. This video is about the Baja doodle bug and swapping a Predator 212 into it. Now, if you remember in my last video, I said I don't know when I was going to get around to it. But, you know, that happened a lot sooner. And as you can see, the engine is already in the frame, and it actually fits just as good as the old 2 horsepower. You know, I still have enough room for my feet and stuff, and I just kicked all my bolts around. Don't you love when that happens? But as you can see, this is the old clutch cover from what came off of the 2.5 horsepower. And as you can see, the holes don't line up with anything. So what I'll have to do is I'll have to use one of these holes and make a bracket that comes out so I could use this clutch cover, because I do not want to be riding this without a clutch, but without a clutch cover, I mean. And as you can see, the engine isn't bolted down, it's still in there loose. So I was gonna wait to do that until I had the chain on. So I didn't video taking the old engine off, mainly because you guys know how to do that, and it's just boring to watch, and I wouldn't have really filmed a lot of it anyway, so that's why I didn't show taking it off. And same with putting the engine on. But grab a bag, the ground is wet, as you guys can see, or can't see. The nuts aren't even tightened down, so the engine is completely loose. Yeah, I mean, I got oil in it before. Of course, I did that before, because as you can see, the drain plugs are kind of tucked back there, so I did that before. I should be able to reuse the old throttle cable. It is fraying a lot, but that's not that big a deal. I'm just using the old centrifugal clutch that I used off my race cart, because I don't know if I explained in my last video, but I had to replace that because this clutch is going bad. But I'm just going to use this clutch until I can get a new one. But it's going pretty smoothly. I had to take a file, like a flat file like this. You could also use a round file. And if your Baja doodle bug already has the slots for a 212 like mine did, they're going to be really narrow, I guess you could say. So any old 5/16 by 18 thread bolt won't fit originally, and you could do one of two things. You could use a smaller bolt, which I really didn't want to do, because it'd be way too small of a bolt. I wouldn't really trust it. Or you could do what I did, and I don't know if you could see the metal shavings right there. I filed out the slots. It doesn't need a lot. It like just barely doesn't fit, but you need enough to where you could still slide the engine. Like, you could thread them in, but I wouldn't do that. You could thread them into the slots, but I would just file them out if you don't need an adapter plate like I didn't. And I'm gonna go ahead and pop the chain on. I heard you have to cut a few links out of it, and I'm really hoping you have to cut links out of it and not add links, because I don't think I have any 35 chain laying around. So I'm gonna go ahead and lay the chain around and see if I need to cut it or need to get a new chain. And when I introduced the Baja doodle bug, I showed you guys this chain tensioner, but you really couldn't see it because the guard and everything was in the way. But this is basically what I did. I just got a piece of flat stock, drilled a hole on each end, and then a little hole for the spring, and then right where the first screw goes for the shield, I just drilled another hole for the spring. As you can see, it has good tension. It holds perfect tension on the chain, so you're just gonna have to play around with springs if you do that. I think you should, because the stock slider for adjusting the chain sucks. You don't get nearly enough play. But I'm gonna go ahead, as you can see, we got enough room everywhere, and even to take the gas cap off. But I'm gonna go ahead and put this chain on, see if I need to cut links out of it or not, and I'll let you guys know. Okay, so I have the chain roughly on there, and because I was able to use the stock little slots, I was able to slide the engine forward and back, because I was actually short a few links. But of course the engine slides, so I could make up for the links that I'm missing. So now I should be good. So I'm gonna go ahead, put this chain on, and show you guys how this chain tensioner works once it's done. Alright, so I got the chain almost on. I still have to put the spring clip for the master link on. And if you guys don't know an easy way to put on a master link, I have a video on my channel, and it's called How to Put On a Master Link the Easy Way or something like that. Just scroll through my videos and you'll find it. And you may also find some other videos that are useful or that you'd like to watch. But you always need to make sure that the rounded closed part is facing the direction that the engine's going to be moving. So as you can see, the round part would go towards the clutch. So just make sure you do that. I'm not going to show you guys how to put on the spring clip and stuff in this video because I already have a video on it. But basically all you need to use is an old chisel. So I'm going to go ahead, pop that clip on, and then I guess tighten down the engine. Okay, the clip is on. That took like 2 seconds, and I went to go adjust the engine forward because as you can see there is a little bit more slop in the chain than I would like, and I realized that the drain plug is hitting the frame. So not that big a deal. I'm just gonna have to get a heavier spring, that's all. So I'll be sure to do that sometime this week, but for testing purposes only, as a very well-known YouTube channel says, it'll do for now. So I guess all that's left is to really bolt the engine down and put the throttle cable on. I also didn't show how to put the clutch on because I already made a separate video of that as well. So I guess all that's left is tighten the engine down and throttle cable, and then I'm not going to show you guys how to put this on because I honestly don't even know how I'm going to do it yet, and I also don't want to take up time. This video was never really going to be a how-to, as so much just showing you guys that I'm doing it so you could maybe get a rough idea of how it's going to look, because there's not a whole lot of 212 swapped Baja doodle bugs on YouTube. But as you can see, you get plenty of foot room and stuff, so if you're worrying about fitment, you don't. It fits just as good as the 2 horsepower actually. So that's good. So I guess I'm going to go ahead, tighten down the engine, and put the throttle cable on, and then we'll be good to go. I don't have any gas right now, so I won't be able to start it up. And my parents already left, so they can't bring the gas can with them. So whatever. But I'm going to get it bolted down, throttle cable in, and just tie up some loose ends. Maybe I'll put the shield back on, because the back shield you could actually still use for the chain. So, but the clutch cover one you're going to have to modify a bit. But gonna go ahead and do that and then call it quits. Sorry it's not a very detailed video. My videos are never really supposed to be detailed. There's so much just entertainment. By the way, I would recommend some washers at the top of the bolts and at the bottom of the nuts, but I forgot to buy some, so we're working with what I got. Okay guys, it is humid as hell outside and I just don't feel like working on this thing, so I'm gonna call it quits for right now. I only got 2 bolts tightened up, and the reason is why it's so hard is because I have to use this. I can't find my vice grips because people in my family like to use tools and not put them back, so not that big a deal. I'll just work on it when it's a little bit cooler out. So I didn't get the throttle cable hooked up or anything, but it's not that big a deal. So I will get some riding video of this when it's done and stuff, but till then it's not done, and I need this video out. So hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Check me out on Garage Amino at Go Karts Mini Bikes and More, and also on Instagram at Go Karts Mini Bikes and More for a little bit more stuff than I'll be posting on Garage Amino, but for the most part I'll be posting the same stuff, so you could kind of choose your poison whether you want to follow me on Instagram or Garage Amino. But hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care.